A very good morning. You're watching News 9 with me, Akshita. And first up, the second PU results was announced by the Minister for Primary and Secondary Education Minister Kimmane Ratnakar. In fact, this is the highest pass percentage ever recorded. 60.47% is the pass percentage recorded in all of Karnataka. And the pass percentage among girls is 66%, while among boys it's 54%. So it looks like the girls have outshone the boys yet again. Dakshina Kannada, of course, is number one in Karnataka with a pass percentage of 86.04%, while Udupi comes in at second place and Kodagu at third. We understand that Bengaluru, Bangalore North as well as Bangalore Rural have also recorded a pretty decent pass percentage. However, it has dipped from last year, as what we understand. It has slipped to the 9th and 10th position respectively. And besides that, of course, they've also announced that the revaluation can be taken up till 20th of this month, and you will have to pay 1,260 rupees for each subject. This is, of course, the first time I've seen the CBSE syllabi coming in, and it looks like so far it's good news for all students. In all, of course, we understand that several students have passed. 3,71,116 students have passed from 6,13,705. And in urban areas, the pass percentage is about 60.15. And once again, rural students seem to have outdone the urban lot there, where the rural students recording about 61.51 of a pass percentage. Udupi and Kodagu have come in second and third place among the state, with Dakshina Kannada the first place. And my colleague Verghese caught up with the Education Minister Kimmane Ratnakar. Let's listen into what Mr. Ratnakar had to say.
We have the director of the PU board with us, and he is in fact a happy man over here. Sir, you've seen one of the biggest results for Karnataka after 11 years. How do you feel about it?
I'm happy. I'm congratulating the students and their parents for getting good passing results, 60 point something. 60 points all from this is the 11th year from past 2004 to 10, almost for 10 years the result was less than 60. We have reached 60 points something, and everything went very smoothly. The examinations, valuations, without any hurdles, without any problems. Actually, we have completed very smoothly.
And this is the first batch that is doing the CBSE syllabus that has been put. So do you think that as a syllabus has worked, in fact, in increasing the percentage of pass marks?
Not like that. It's an overall development.
But still, Karnataka, in certain regions like Bidar, the pass
in the initial stage.
So what is your advice to those students who couldn't make these exams, who failed in this exam? What is your advice to the students who couldn't make to this exam?
Hard work comes first, intelligence comes second.
So that is a very happy director of the PU board. This is Verghese for News9 from the PU board section in Malleshwaram.
Well, that is what Kimmani Ratnakar had to say. Seemed rather glad with the results and satisfied with the same. But also went on to state that yes, there is quite a bit of hard work to be done by students, some of whom have not managed to pass in these particular exams. My colleague Verghese now joins us live from Malleshwaram. Verghese, if you could break down the numbers for us, and also we do understand that the results are now out for the students to see on the websites as well.
Well, the Minister did launch the results on the website, and it is one of the most happiest moments for a lot of people in the PU board, because they've been able to increase the percentage from a very dismal percentage way back 11 years ago to around 60% overall pass percentage for the PUC examinations. Also, there have been significant reforms that have been introduced. In fact, the syllabi was based on the CBSE system, so that the students will be able to also go for competition exams that are there, like your CET or the IIT, because most of the exams in the country are based on a CBSE syllabi. And what we know at present is that around 6,13,705 students in fact appeared and given their exams, and of which 60.47% is the pass percentage overall. And as always, it is the girls who have overshined the boys. It is at the girl pass percentage stands at 66.81, while for the boys it is 54.46. Again, another interesting factor is that if you look at the urban-rural divide, it's the rural students who are like 61.51% who got a higher pass percentage than their urban counterparts who are at 60.15%. So quite an interesting sort of statistics coming out there. And also, let me also give you like arts-wise. If you look at the combination-wise, we have the arts student pass percentage in arts is 51.25. For commerce, it is the highest, 70.08. And for science, it is 62.19. And also, if you look at the kind of grades that we are going to give them, distinction, 36,344 students. These are people who've got distinction, that is, they've got 85% and above in their exams. First class students, well, they form the majority of the bulk. They have they have score sheets from 60% to 85%, and it is around 1,83,788. Second class students who scored between 50% and 60% are 69,914, and third class students are around 39,769. Those students who scored between 35% and 50%. Also, another very important thing is that this time, again, it's Dakshina Kannada, where you have Mangalore, Udupi and Kodagu, in fact, being the highest districts with the pass percentage. You have 86% for Mangalore, Udupi gets 85, Kodagu gets 75, and they've been respectively ranked as 1, 2 and 3. For Bangalore, Bangalore North is in the 7th ranked situation, where it has got a pass percentage of 67.16. After Bangalore North, we have Bangalore Rural, where we have 64% of the students, and it's ranked at 9th. And we have Bangalore South again at 64.10%, where it is ranked at 10. But again, we have a very interesting situation in the north, because still there the pass percentage has not improved, and it has only fallen. In fact, if we look at Gulbarga, Raichur and Bidar, it is 46, 46 and 44, Bidar being a source of worry. In fact, we also asked questions with regards to all those PU colleges who have clocked, in fact, only 0% in terms of pass percentage, and they did say that it was a worry with regards to that, and they will try to introduce more reforms and try to figure out how to go ahead with it. But again, some of the important information that we need to know is that the last date for submitting the application for your photocopy of your answer sheet, that's a provision given by the PO department, is the 15th of this month, and the fee for that photocopy is around rupees 504. Now for retotaling and re-evaluation, we have another set of fee structures that have been put in place. What we know at present is that for re-evaluation, we have the last date for submitting that application is 20th of this month, and the fee for one subject is like 1,260. In the case of the application that has been for retotaling, it is the last date is 20/5/2014, and the fee for it is rupees 336 again per subject. Now the supplementary exams for 2014 will begin from 3/7/2014 and will go on till 12/7/2014, and the students appearing for the second PUC supplementary examination for the July 2014 should pay their fees in the concerned colleges on or before 22nd 5/2014. So these are the very important dates that some of the students have to keep in mind with regards to this, Archita. But overall, pass percentage that is almost touching first class, and it looks like the PU board has been constantly saying that their reforms in the education sector has been working out.
Right, Varghese, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. But those were the numbers for you, the statistics with regards to exactly how many have passed, how many students have managed to get into the first class and the second. In fact, in all, it's 60.47% is what we understand. And out of that, 66% of girls have passed and 54% of boys. Coming to Bangalore, of course, we understand that Bangalore North is at the 7th position, rural at 9th, and South is at 10. So those are pretty much how it has panned out. And of course, it looks like the pass percentage here in Bangalore may be a bit of a cause of concern for the ministry, as of course we understand that it hasn't really improved over the last year. Well, hours ahead of his protest roadshow in Varanasi, Narendra Modi tweeted his apology to Ganga Ma. This comes a day after Modi had been denied permission for prayers at the banks of the river Ganga and 2 other events in Varanasi. Meanwhile, protests have already erupted in Varanasi. The Election Commission did in fact give permission for 2 out of the 3 rallies to take place in Varanasi, but the fact that Modi did not get permission to go ahead and take that holy dip in River Ganga, to go ahead and offer his prayers at the banks of the river, has angered many. It wasn't just Narendra Modi who will be carrying out a protest roadshow of sorts in the holy city, but already people have come together and have demanded action, demanded permission for Modi to go ahead and pray to the banks of River Ganga. In fact, several BJP supporters and workers were seen gathering in Varanasi and staging a sit-in of sorts, demanding action be taken. And besides that, of course, it looks like already they're gearing up for that massive roadshow by Narendra Modi in Varanasi. We understand, of course, that yesterday, when a permission was sought, the district magistrate as well as the returning officer went ahead and said no, keeping in mind the security reasons. Of course, and Narendra Modi, if he does go ahead and reach the banks of the river Ganga, there will be a need for very high security in that area, and it's not exactly a possibility. But the BJP seems rather angered by the same and have decided that they are going to protest till in fact Modi does get permission to do the same. Meanwhile, Narendra Modi also tweeted about the same, and here's what he had to say. And I quote, "My profound apologies to Ganga Ma for not being able to perform Aarti today. Wish these people know that a mother's love is above politics. I appeal to my Karyakarta sisters and brothers to maintain peace and ensure that people do not face any difficulty. It is unfortunate that EC is not concerned about the institution's neutrality, and that is why our Karyakartas have to embark on a satyagraha." This is what Narendra Modi had to say. Once again, to quote what he said, "My profound apologies to Ganga Ma for not being able to perform Aarti today. Wish these people know that a mother's love is above politics. I appeal to my Karyakarta sisters and brothers to maintain peace and ensure that people do not face any difficulty. It is unfortunate that EC is not concerned about the institution's neutrality, and that is why our Karyakartas have to embark on a satyagraha." This is what Modi had to say. Now, Kejriwal has also challenged Modi on Twitter. And this is what Kejriwal tweeted, and I quote, "I invite Mr.